are going to do our first read-through of the play, and I'm always really excited and really nervous whenever we do the first read-through of a play, especially a new play, because I get excited because I never do a show that I'm not really excited about. So I'm excited that they get to read the show, and finally the secret is unveiled. It's like a long 2.5-hour Christmas morning of them getting to unwrap the play. And finally we can all start talking about it. We can start moving forward about it. It's also really nerve-wracking because part of me is like, oh, I hope they like it.
We're performing Waiting for Gilgamesh, Scenes from Iraq, featuring Scenes from Notorious Women by Dr. Amir Al-azaraqi.
My name is Amir Al-azaraqi. I am the playwright of the play, which is called Waiting for Gilgamesh or Waiting for Gilgamesh, Scenes from Iraq. Originally I'm from Basra, the south of Iraq, and I completed my PhD studies at York University recently.
Suppose he goes. Who will come after? People just like him.
Why? Why like him? We may be ruled by a good and open-minded president.
Good president to rule this country?
You side with him?
No, of course not. But I doubt if this country will be governed again.
Why? The Americans will make some reforms and make the country better. Have you heard Bush's speech on the radio?
When I was writing Waiting for Gilgamesh, actually, I was trying to depict the situation in Iraq and the people who have been waiting, the Iraqis who have been waiting since a long time, waiting for hope, waiting for peace, waiting for a lot of things that could happen to them, and they are still waiting and waiting.
Really, Dad? I'm so glad. But Dad, what about the possible war?
Oh, my daughter is talking about politics now. Ha ha ha. War with whom? With the Americans?
Yes, Dad.
Don't worry. No war will happen. We shall be safe.
How is that, Dad? The Americans are mobilizing their forces in Kuwait.
I said we'd be safe. Don't worry. The president will solve it before any war takes place.
But if he can't?
Don't say that. The president can solve anything. Do you understand? If the war breaks out, we will not be worried since we have the greatest army in the world. We will beat those arrogant Americans. Our president can do it.
I'm sorry, Dad. Of course he can. Don't be upset.
Don't say anything like that outside.
Let's play with him for a short while. They raise his feet up and start feeding them with a cable. Hussein cries, screams.
We're actually not allowed to demonstrate the torture on stage, but we'll find a way. It was one of the few requests that Peter made. That we don't actually show torture on stage. Frankly, I think it's a giveaway. I think we can do something more interesting. The issue of torture in the show, it's a complicated matter. I mean, I could just say that it makes people uncomfortable. But it goes a lot deeper than that. I mean, if you kind of look at what the American public and what people look for in entertainment today, there is a lot of violence and there's a lot of torture, and you see movies like Saw and things like that. So it's not so much that the audiences can't handle it; it's just whether or not it's appropriate on a lot of levels. Not showing torture in the show is not me eliminating the existence of torture. It's because, frankly and thankfully, none of you have been tortured.
We are doing Waiting for Gilgamesh because it hasn't really been performed anywhere else. It's been performed once, I believe in New York, not on Broadway, but it's a very it's a very new show. So this will be its first performance internationally, and its second performance ever. And it has so many roles in it that it works perfectly for a class this large. There are a bunch of other great shows out there, great straight plays out there, but very few of them have this many characters in them. So, many straight plays have 7 or 9 parts, but this one has multiple lead parts and multiple reoccurring characters.
The Fringe class is taking Waiting for Gilgamesh to Edinburgh because we feel like it brings light to the situation in Iraq. A lot of people think that it's black and white there. The Americans are causing the problem. It's Al-Qaeda, the Baathists, and that's it. There are 2, there are 3, and that's all there is. But there isn't. There are a million, countless different factions and organizations led by countless people that are all fighting for similar reasons or different reasons against different people or the same people, and they just can't agree. And that's the real problem. It's not us. It's not them. It's everybody.